Hi and good morning, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is VlogsBoutNothin. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your holiday to join me. I really appreciate that. It's kind of why we're doing 8 videos for you today, my camera and myself. Shouldn't leave out my brain. Without my brain, I guess none of it's possible, but that good old biological computer up there is still kicking, so I'm still talking. I hope that you guys, seriously, it's a holiday, and I kind of am like a super honest person, and, I kind of live my life on some very simple terms. One of them being honesty, is sort of like people don't have to like it, but it is what it is, kind of a thing. And so, I don't know what it is like about me, right? I mean, I feel like I spend a lot of my time learning about some stuff, right? And we're obviously all biased in what we choose to seek out and learn and take in and, really kind of have a solid opinion about, But I feel like one of those things is, holidays, American holidays. Um, I'm not too keen on like remembering what exactly every holiday is about. I mean, unless it's like explicit or like implicit in the title name of the holiday, it's sort of like, what is that? And I would be completely dishonest with y'all if I sat here and said, I know what Labor Day is, because I don't. And at the risk of being completely ignorant, I just want to remind everybody that I am, in fact, just an honest, ignorant, middle aged man who did, in fact, go to college a few times and, has a high school diploma and sat through our whole Uncle Sam indoctrination thing and was obviously at some point in my life told about Labor Day. I mean, I can't remember everything, although I think maybe in like 20 years they'll be able to sort of hop up in your brain and figure out what you did 50 years ago. It's all still there, even if you can't remember it. But I'm just saying that, like, I seriously don't know what Labor Day is. And I know, again, that makes me sound super stupid. And, like, obviously, I feel like, I mean, I'm not a fan of labor. I mean, as a business owner, as a worker, as somebody who advocates for UBI and just, more laissez faire with the whole sort of human labor kind of a thing, I really don't, I don't know if I'm interested in learning about Labor Day. I mean, although, not to sell it short, I think it has something to do with like unionization and people organizing for their rights and stuff, which again is redundant in that people should do these things without celebration. We don't need to celebrate giving people human rights, like giving workers basic rights. This isn't a thank you to anybody. I mean, again, obviously, thank you to organized labor and unions for doing some kind of a job to help protect the workers that make sure we have all of what we need here as consumers in America. You feel me? Like, facts, credit where credit is due. It's unfortunate that people have to pay to be protected. I mean, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of just like being a good person, But like, I mean, if it's all pay to play, then I guess, hey, cough it on up. Uncle Sam takes their cut, and Uncle Sam is clearly not interested in offering those kinds of rights. It's really not their job, kind of. It's, more like, hey, treat people like you want to be treated. If you guys want to treat each other like slaves, then hey, it doesn't really impact the bottom line because Uncle Sam will always be there to do what Uncle Sam will always be there to do. And that's just be there, I mean, it is what it is. It's just like this presence, I mean, you can think like the year 2224, you feel me? And maybe the American flag will have been rebranded by then. We probably will have immersed ourselves with other fellow nations around the world in some kind of collaboration, But I do not leave and sell Uncle Sam short in that I assume red, white, and blue will be somewhere in that redesigned logo, So I'm just saying, being an American is being an American. It's sort of like being a person that is arguably, not at all times rational, but definitely prideful in that it's the team I'm on, baby, So I gotta show what I can for the team. It's unfortunate that the team is currently going through all of what it's going through as it concerns like this old guy about to run the country for another 4 years. I mean, it's like the darkest comedy ever. I mean, it truly is. It really is. It's kind of scary, but we step forward into the flames ever so closely every single second of every day. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I seriously, I know more about tort reform than I do Labor Day. Honestly, if you guys ever want to talk about tort reform, I have a Patreon channel, has a 7-day free access thing. Search Vlogs About Nothing. Hit me up. We'll talk about tort reform. It's probably my favorite conversation in the entire world. Tort reform was a really big deal circa 1990, the year 2000, and it in fact is a statute, a law, that governs how we interact with each other every single day. And it's kind of nerdy, and it's hundreds of pages long, but that's what tort reform is. It's a really complicated and interesting topic. So yeah, if you don't know about tort reform, then hop on your cell phone and put in tort reform. Be ready to be bored for half of your day, but nonetheless, I just think that, again, like in America, we celebrate a lot of holidays, or we did, that were arguably in bad, like, color or bad faith, I'd say. Do I dare say that? Sort of like Christopher Columbus Day. That's a joke. I remember being in first grade and like my teacher being just straight up upfront, and this is a middle-aged white woman. Her name was Miss Wickers. I can say that because she got married that year, and I don't know what her new name is, but that was her maiden name, and she was my first ever crush. She was a very smart and very pretty woman. I was in first grade, but Miss Wickers tells us, right? She's like, this whole Columbus Day thing, she's like, it is a holiday, but, Christopher Columbus was kind of responsible for, unaliving most of the native population. And so I remember that. Like, thanks, Miss Wickers. I appreciate the honesty because, wouldn't you know, she called it like it was. 10 years later, Christopher Columbus is no longer a holiday. And again, why would it be? I mean, that's like having a President's Day and celebrating people that own slaves, and oh, I'm so sorry, we still do that. Kind of that whole, dare I say, blackface thing. It's sort of just like, I don't know, maybe we should take these, we should reconsider our priorities as to who we put on the sides of mountains. I'm just saying, are we celebrating hate, or do we want to celebrate inclusivity and diversity and a new kind of America that is not in any way, shape, or form resembling of the old America, which is clearly not the best America? And, for all of like the boomers and, remnants of Xers that somehow think the old America was better for people, like, time ticks away and we all just wait. Because again, like, outdated, you feel me? Like, real outdated. And yeah, like, why can't we be honest? Again, yes, there are slave owners on the side of a big mountain here in America. This is, in fact, what we celebrate. And do I dare say that, like, that's an un-American thing to say? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's probably more American than, like, trying to stand up for these dudes who, again, didn't age well because they weren't good people. And for whatever good things they did, has allowed us to be in this particular opportunity, but it wasn't a free ride. You feel me? I mean, this country is very young, and we already have lived through a civil war, a couple world wars, slavery, the abolition of, discriminatory practices, the Civil Rights Act. I mean, it is what it is, but America tends to act pretty quickly in terms of once we figure out the right thing to do, we do the right thing. And you can't call us anything other than just willing to do the right thing at some point. Just because there's a bunch of evil people doesn't mean that there aren't actively many, many, many good people all over the world trying to make it a better place. It's a hard thing to do, especially when there are active other like human beings like going against that. Like obviously, it's not easy, but like life isn't easy. I mean, we're the only animals born on this planet that like can't take care of ourselves when we're born. I mean, for being at the top of the food chain, I'd say we're pretty vulnerable, Plus, have I mentioned that we live on the surface of a planet that is going really fast through this vastness of space, and it's probably best to not be on top. You feel me? But that's just always been my idea on it. Not sure what terrestrial Homo sapiens think as it concerns the longevity of a successful species. We should be underground, y'all. I'm just saying, or whatever. I hope that you guys have a really good day. I obviously joke about everything. It's all just a joke. Otherwise, what would life be? You feel me? I mean, seriously, just a bunch of boring, like, I don't know, that one movie where the people eat other people, Solvent Green. Let's not get all Solvent Green or whatever, like, on everything, just because it's super depressing and, like, yeah, let's fix what's happening instead of making it worse and or weirder. Let's not make America more weird. I hope that you guys have a really good day. And thanks again for joining me. And I'm going to include a link in the description below for a documentary on Labor Day, just so that we can all sort of, you know, learn about what that whole thing is. I mean, you guys probably know, and that's really good. I applaud you. You're very intelligent. I now must catch up with all of you and learn about what today's holiday is all about, because I really didn't even know it was a holiday. So I hope that you guys have a really good day, okay? Bye.